I'm Jim Anderson, and I'm the director of the Juvenile Court Judges Commission in Pennsylvania. And in that capacity, we're involved with the courts and juvenile probation departments and all of the public and private agencies that comprise our county-based juvenile justice system. Well, the areas that we chose were aftercare for kids in residential placement in our juvenile delinquency system, coordination of mental health and juvenile justice services for all kids in this system, and then the issue of the disproportionate involvement of minority youth in our system. Certainly the latter is the most difficult of the issues, and we've been addressing all of those through different subcommittees, involvement of the state agencies and the local courts and the agencies involved with those local courts. I think in Pennsylvania, judges have to have a relationship with their communities, because in Pennsylvania, judges have much more power and authority than they do in most other states. Because in Pennsylvania, judges not only adjudicate the case, in other words, did the kid commit the act or did he not, but the judges decide exactly what's going to happen with that child. And therefore, they also have an investment in what's going to happen when the child returns and the decision points that lead children into their system, because ultimately it all comes to rest at the judge's chair. We have a mission statement in Pennsylvania that is juvenile justice in Pennsylvania is community protection, victim restoration, youth redemption. And what we were able to do by redefining our mission around the principles of balanced and restorative justice is show that not only can we protect the public, because we know that we can address the harm that is done in the case. That's what this is all about. What harm has been done by that juvenile, and what can we do to help that juvenile repair to the greatest extent possible the harm that has been done. We can do that much better and much quicker than the criminal justice system have, with much more certainty. And then, I think of greatest importance and the toughest one, meet our legislative mandate of developing competencies in these kids to allow them to be contributing members of their communities. That's what our law says. So that we have to be very concerned about education. We have to be very concerned about career training, technical skill development, because we want these kids, when they age out of our system, not just to be crime-free. That's not good enough. Historically, that's what Pennsylvania's juvenile justice system and all juvenile justice systems around the nation have been measured by. We say that's not good enough. We want to be measured by not only is the kid crime-free, but has he repaired or has she repaired the harm that has been done, and is this child positioned to be a contributing member of his or her community. I think regardless of the infrastructure or the legal structure of a particular state's juvenile justice system, there are things that can be done to improve decision-making, to make decision-making more equitable, to understand the impact of those decisions and establish goals for the children coming into the jurisdiction of their system that allow that state to hold all of the juvenile justice system practitioners more accountable for whatever it is that they are doing. And in Pennsylvania, the key to our system, frankly, has been the power that the judges have historically had and have retained, the fact that juvenile probation officers are judicial employees directly accountable to the court, the fact that we have historically had a rational statutory structure and a very rational way to fund our system. Other states, we realize, don't have that. But the way we've developed partnerships, the way we've engaged people in the system, that can be done regardless of a particular state structure.